Have you ever had an argument where you walked away thinking, I was right, they just didn't get it? Now here's a strange question. What if being right isn't the point? What if being right might actually be completely wrong? Stay with me. This might change how you see everything. Most of us were taught early on, right versus wrong, yes versus no, good versus bad. It's easy, it feels safe, but it's also limiting. Reality doesn't come in black and white. It comes in shades, tones, and gradients. Think about it. In nature, nothing is just black or white. Trees aren't just green. The sky isn't just blue. And people, we're even more complex. So why do we expect everyone to see the world through the same lens? Imagine you're holding two crayons, black and white. You believe that's all there is. Everything must fit in one or the other. Then one day someone hands you red, then yellow, then blue, and suddenly you realize you can mix them. Orange, purple, teal, 1,000 new shades. That's how understanding works. That's how truth evolves. And that is where right and wrong stop being opposites and start becoming perspectives. Let me ask you something. Who gets to decide what's right? Your parents, your teacher, society, religion, the law? The truth is, most of our definitions of right and wrong are borrowed. They're passed down from culture, tradition, upbringing, and fear. But if we never question them, we risk living someone else's version of what's right, even if it doesn't match who we really are. Let's say two friends get job offers. One chooses a high-paying job in a big city. The other picks a slower, quieter life in the hills, with less money, but more time. So who's right? Both. Because the first values ambition. The second values peace. Same world. Two realities. No one is wrong. They just see differently. Here's the tricky part. When we need to be right, we stop listening. When we feel threatened by someone else's perspective, we shut down. We stop asking, what made them think that way? What experience are they carrying? What if their story is different from mine? Wanting to be right can cost us our relationships, growth, and even peace. I once lost a dear friend over something small, a disagreement about politics. We both thought we were right. We both refused to bend. Years later, I realized we weren't fighting over facts. We were fighting over identities. Being right felt safer than being vulnerable. And we both lost. Truth isn't always a sharp single point. Sometimes it's a circle, and everyone's standing at a different part of it. Your right might be someone else's wrong, not because they're evil, but because they've lived a life you haven't. So when we slow down and stop asking who's right, and instead ask, what's their truth? Everything begins to shift. Here's the big idea. Being right feeds the ego. Being open feeds the soul. Every time you choose to understand instead of win, you get closer to wisdom. And wisdom doesn't shout. It listens. It pauses. It reflects. That's not weakness. That's strength. Take a moment. Think of a recent disagreement, maybe with a friend, a parent, a partner. Ask yourself, what belief was I protecting? What might they have been protecting? What was the color they were seeing? You don't have to agree with them. You just have to understand that their version is real, for them. That one shift can save so much pain. So the next time you find yourself in a heated moment, don't ask, am I right? Ask, am I kind? Am I curious? Am I learning? Those are the questions that make us better people. Not louder, not prouder, just wiser. The world isn't made of black and white. It never was. It's made of color, of contrast, of texture. And every person you meet adds a new shade to your understanding. You don't have to agree with them. You just have to see them. And in that seeing, you'll discover something far better than being right. You'll discover connection. If this gave you something to think about, hit like, share it with someone who always has to be right, and subscribe for more soulful, thought-provoking stories every week. Because sometimes, being wrong has more to teach you than being right ever could.